Right then, Mr. Josh Aveste. How you doing, mate?
I'm great. I'm really good. I'm positive.
You're very positive.
I'm feeling a lot more positive than you are.
Well, I've got you in today for somewhat of a crisis meeting, to be honest. Not the usual type of crisis I come to you with. Yeah. Did you watch my video yesterday?
Of course, I watch every single video you put out.
There you go. And
the moment it's released.
And the ones I send you privately.
Yeah, I know. Well, I have to pay for those.
Those ones have quite a good retention rate on, actually.
They have
quite a good playback rate.
I usually watch them a few times.
Yeah. Don't know if you read the comment section, but a lot of people felt that I was being quite negative in my video yesterday.
I thought you were being super positive.
No, you didn't, did you?
Why? What happened? Why were you so negative?
Because...
Was it just the pints?
Right?
Or?
But no. I haven't had a beer in since before we went Saudi.
Oh, bloody hell. Argentinian Kings can be fuming.
I know, I know. I think he'd be having a field day. No, right, listen, I have got to address it because I did get a lot of you guys in the comment section saying, like, you're being really negative but by no means did Liverpool deserve to win that match. Because I came out and said, like, I think Liverpool deserved to win the match and whatnot. And I will address it, right? Last season... Despite me being upbeat and being positive and always trying to bang the drum of positivity, you could say, right? I understood what we were last season. And what we were was a work in progress. We were a team in transition. And to be honest, we were a bunch of kids, right? And we might only be a year older, most of us, in age from that day.
A year wiser?
We might be a year wiser. But in football years... I feel like we are so much older, so much more intelligent, so much more potent as a team going forward. And mentality-wise, I feel like we've grown so much. So let's be honest, right? In the cold light of day, last season, bearing in mind we remember how it went when we went to Anfield last season, last season is a 2-1 loss at Anfield in a game that, if, other things had gone our way, is it a bad result? Last season? No. It's not a bad result, is it?
No.
So why am I being negative?
Well, tell me. I want to know.
I'm being negative because I now truly believe in this side. And I believe that we can go toe-to-toe with the likes of Liverpool, with the likes of Arsenal, with the likes of Man City. And listen, I know what you're probably thinking right now. Well, hold on. We did go toe-to-toe with them. And we did. But that is why I felt so deflated and so downbeat. And one of the things that I love the most about this channel is that people, and I'm paraphrasing here, but so many times I've had a similar comment, and you've read this comment yourself, and it's the biggest compliment anyone can ever pay. And it says that mine and your content makes supporting Chelsea more enjoyable. Yeah. And literally, like, how good does that feel for people?
Honestly, that's all I've ever wanted from what we do together. Honestly, if we get that comment alone and nothing else, I'd be happy.
There's a comment I prefer though.
What? Your tan looks nice.
No, I like it hardcore.
Yeah. I love how that's become a little bit of a meme now.
It's up there with fan favourite, isn't it? I like it now. Hardcore. It's right up there. I feel like we said it once, and I feel like in a year's time, there's still going to be a few of these guys going, love it hardcore.
Oh, well, to be fair, the videos you keep sending me, they are pretty hardcore.
They'd be rated under the hardcore section on certain websites that I may or may not visit 2 to 3 times a day. No, but yeah, like obviously, look, I got on camera straight away. A couple of people thought I'd had a few pints as well. I hadn't. I'm not drinking at the minute.
Just depressed.
And at the minute, I mean, at this moment in time, right now, just got an Evian. But no,
vodka,
like I was
pure vodka. Glens, actually.
It is. Yeah. No, Glens. I prefer the old Grey Goose. To be honest.
I bet you do. I bet you do. So look, he makes a few videos now. He's on the Grey Goose. 3 months ago, he was on Glens all day.
If anyone says to me, like, what impact has Josh Aveste made to your life? I say, well, I've gone from Glens to Grey Goose. So you know what I mean.
That's not a bad one. And some sparklers as well at the top. Why not? Go for it.
But look, like, I feel that, we came away with no points and we came away with lessons that can be learned, and I think we'll discuss those lessons. But I feel that we came away with a lot of positives, and I feel like maybe I didn't address the positives enough. And the elephant in the room is, and this is probably why people thought I'd had a drink yesterday, which I can confirm I definitely hadn't, I missed covering one massive talking point in the video.
What was it?
The penalty. The Jadon Sancho penalty.
A lot of people forgot about this. In fact, I think Jamie Carragher might have forgotten about it.
No, I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
I nearly got that out of you then.
I was about to say something about Jamie Carragher, and I'm going to refrain.
What Joey was going to say is Jamie Carragher is the best pundit on Sky Sports, and that he's never been biased about a Liverpool game.
Yeah.
It is a bit weird having like people that are quite obviously fans as pundits on these shows.
Yeah. But
it's a more difficult one, isn't it?
It is what it is, isn't it? Well, listen, look, how do you sleep at night?
I mean, now that you're singing me to sleep pretty well.
You sleep pretty well, didn't you?
Yeah.
I sleep pretty well.
Yeah.
How does Jamie Carragher sleep at night? Because
you're in his head.
No, I'm not in his head. I'm just saying, I would imagine when he does lie his head on his pillow in his multi-million-pound house that he's done very, very well in his career to accumulate, there's one man that probably lives rent-free up in that head, and that man's Gianfranco Zola. And if you know, you know. Let's not go any further on it.
I thought it was going to be Jemba Ba.
Yeah. Was he even in defence in that game?
He must have been involved in some description. Gerrard was still there, wasn't he?
Yeah, but comparing Jamie Carragher and comparing Gerrard is like comparing me and.
This is taking a turn. This is taking a real turn.
I'm not going to go for other YouTubers.
Yeah.
Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
Right. No, just quickly, the first thing I want to say is I think that, yes, I credited Liverpool yesterday of having a different style of play all of a sudden and you know, having a different approach to matches, because I'm not saying that Jurgen Klopp didn't have a tactical philosophy where he could come up with different game plans for different matches, but we hear the phrase heavy metal football, and I feel like Jurgen Klopp did go for the jugular in most matches. I don't ever remember a negative or defensive performance from Liverpool, and that's why from time to time they would get slapped about. Like when Aston Villa, what was it? Aston Villa beat them like 7-2 or something.
God, yeah, that was a mad game. That was, wasn't it? Absolutely crazy.
Exactly. But I think that Arne Slot is maybe showing more versatility in his approach to matches sometimes. I'm not saying he's better than Jurgen Klopp. And I sort of spoke about that in the video. And then when I came away and I reflected upon it, and by the way, I've watched the game back now again, and I actually thought, hold on, no, that's not about Arne Slot. That's about us. Because now he knows that, to use a boxing analogy, he can't just rock up and start letting his hands go against us because his team will get chinned. And I feel like the amount of respect that Liverpool paid to us yesterday is something that realistically shows us just how far that we have come. So I wanted to get that out there, and I wanted to make that very, very clear straight away. But what we are going to do is we're going to speak about the Jadon Sancho penalty, non-penalty, whatever you deem it as. We're going to speak about Enzo, Lavia, Caicedo, because I'll tell you what, Romeo Lavia made me very horny yesterday watching that game. And we are also going to speak about the return of Rees James. And do you know what else we're going to top today's video off with?
Go on.
We're going to do the Q&A.
Oh, well, that's full of positives.
Let's
be honest with you.
Full of positives. And that Q&A, listen.
That's going to get rowdy.
Who's going to like the Q&A?
Stick around to the end.
Who's going to like it?
The hardcore.
The hardcore are going to like
favourites.
the Q&A. The favourites. The favourites are going to like the Q&A. But I'll tell you what we do. We keep the Q&A to the end, yeah?
So stick around.
Stick around.
We always say, by the way, we're going to put chapters in these videos, and we always never do it.
Do you know why?
Because the comments always do it for us.
I'm a lazy fucker.
Yeah, but there's always some absolute legend in the comments that does it.
Well, do you know what? Do you know what? I've got it as part of the Q&A, but can I just read you one of these right now? And I'll read you it because it's not even a question.
Go on then. Look at this. Preempted it.
Sammy Masenda?
Okay, Sammy Khedira.
Sammy Masenda. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, mate. But, hey, lads, not a question. But I just wanted to tell you that I love it when the convo goes off topic. Genuinely feel like I'm sat in the pub with two of my mates.
That is adorable.
Sammy Masenda.
I love that.
You're
invited.
You are going to be sat in the pub with two of your mates. Hit me up, and at some point, I promise you, me and Josh will have a pint with you.
I'll do it.
Because I love that comment.
Yeah.
You'll do him,
Pint of Coke.
Yeah. A pint of Coke?
Yeah. Go on.
No, I can't. I can't.
I was waiting for the joke.
I can't.
Sammy, you're a legend.
I can't.
And in fact, so many of them would echo that sentiment. So let's just say you're all legends.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Because we just chat shit as if we were in the pub.
Was it a penalty?
Why do people watch it?
Why do people watch us? Us? I'd say the looks.
Glutton for punishment?
What's that?
Just people that love to watch shit.
Really? Yeah. We are easy watching.
Are we on par with like Towie? Like, is it like something that you actually like embarrassed to watch? Do you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't go to your mates at school and go, oh yeah, I checked out, you know, what GC was up to this weekend. And then you wouldn't go, oh, the Joe Knight podcast.
No, I think people are quite proud.
Oh, really?
Are they? I don't know.
When you're getting the chicken balti pies, do people say they're proud of watching you?
People are lovely to me. I think we're in. Are we guilty pleasures? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Are we the bounties at the end of the celebrations?
I'll tell you what.
Please don't tell me you eat the bounties.
No, I don't eat the bounties.
Fuck the bounties.
I don't eat the bounties, right? I don't really eat all that much chocolate. But you know, before
if you did,
before we had a conversation about shows that aged like milk and would never now make it to air. We were talking about what we talked about, Little Britain, weren't we?
Little Britain, you could never
do
it
nowadays.
Coming back together.
Apparently.
Boys are back together.
Yeah, but it'll be shit because it's too PC nowadays.
Yeah.
But chocolate bars that wouldn't now be allowed. Yorkie. It's
Yorkie,
not for girls.
Yeah.
It's not for girls. You can't say that.
Well, Yorkie still exists. So what's happened? What's the marketing exercises now?
Chocolate is for everyone.
Chocolate is for everyone.
Okay.
Do you know what I haven't seen in a long time? A wagon wheel. Do you remember a wagon wheel?
Yeah.
Was that a biscuit?
Well, do you know what the difference between? Do you know why Jaffa cake is a cake and not a biscuit?
Well, this is a very debatable topic, and it's. Do you know why? Do you know why this debate even exists?
Why?
For tax reasons.
Really?
Because there's no VAT on cakes, I think. Or there is VAT on biscuits.
I thought it was because when a biscuit goes stale, it goes soft. And when a cake goes stale, it goes hard. And when a Jaffa cake goes out of date, it goes hard rather than soft.
So what is it? It's a cake?
So it's a cake.
I think it's actually a biscuit for tax reasons, though.
Right, okay. Anyway, we're going to speak a lot of shit at the end of the video, but let's get into it. Was it a penalty?
I feel like it was a penalty. I've heard people describing it as if it was a clip. It wasn't a clip, was it, mate? It was a stud on the top of his foot.
Upon rewatching it, I very firmly felt that it was a penalty.
Yeah, fair enough.
In the moment, it wasn't that I didn't think it was a penalty, but I kind of felt like maybe we got away with one a little bit not long before with the tossing Adebayo chance. Now, again, to contextualise it, it wasn't even that I thought it was necessarily a foul, but we had the Saliba incident the day before.
Yeah.
He had his marching orders, and I thought, you know what? There you go.
The positioning on those two, like, I don't know why they're put together. I think if you look at the positioning of the two players, it's very different. Cole is right next to Tosin, whereas Saliba is completely alone. Do you not agree?
No, yeah, I do agree with it.
Yeah.
I do.
So why are we even debating it?
Well, there you go. But I can tell you one thing, and it was good because it didn't get given, but the Sanchez one definitely wasn't a penalty. Spoke about that yesterday. But what I do want to do is I want to get onto some real positives now. And the first of which, I want to talk about Reece James, our captain, your lookalike.
My brother.
Coming back in to the starting lineup.
Yep.
It's a positive that he's back.
Would you rather look like Eddie Hearn or would you rather look like Reece James?
Reece would definitely get more crumpet than Eddie Hearn.
Okay, well then it has to be Reece then.
Reece would definitely get more crumpet than Eddie Hearn.
Then.
And for the Americans, crumpet is women. The way you guys say chicks.
Chicks.
Reece gets the chicks, man.
And for all the Americans, a crumpet is sort of like a toast thing, like almost like a muffin.
You'd say nice bit of crumpet.
You'd say nice muffin.
Yeah. What's it I always say? What do I say? Brian always says it.
Nice brass.
No. If there's an attractive female, what do I call them?
I can't remember what you were talking about.
Should know this.
I can't remember what you were
Brian
saying.
does an impression of me all the time.
Gil.
No. He goes, so I just say it normally, but Brian always goes, oh, she's a good salt.
Salt. Oh, yeah.
Good salt.
This is what I mean. You're doing a lot of Essex.
Yeah.
I don't know where you get the Essex from, but it's there.
Well, listen.
What?
It's not. Apart, do you know?
You and Joey Essex.
Do you know?
Peas in the pod.
Do you know? Chris Eubank Senior is doing a TV show on ethics.
Can you do a Chris Eubank Senior impression?
No, listen, he's doing no. I'm telling you, he's doing a TV show on ethics.
Okay.
Yeah. Then he's doing one on Kent. Then he's doing.
I'm annoyed I didn't let you set that up. That's appalling.
What did you think of Reece James's performance? Because to say it was a baptism of fire for him to be thrown straight back into one of the biggest game of the season against the league leaders, was it necessary? Did it teach us a little bit about? Because do you know what I took from this, right? A lot of Leicester fans were saying to me, oh, he doesn't really take many risks. He's a bit boring. He's very pragmatic. Enzo Maresca I'm on about. And during it, like maybe you just work with the tools you're given, because during his time at Chelsea so far, I think he likes to take a risk or two. And when you looked at that starting lineup yesterday, I think rolling the dice is very much what he did.
Yeah. To be fair, I think he rolled the dice even when playing Gusto at left back. Like, let alone starting those
Gusto's
two
all right
balls.
at left back.
Yeah, but I mean, rolling the dice.
I would have had Vega in there from the start.
Yeah, absolutely. But look, but even before the game, you and I had a conversation where we said Rees James starting, and we couldn't even believe it. I didn't think he was anywhere near the starting 11. I don't know anyone that was even saying he was going to be anywhere near. I heard a lot of people saying he wouldn't even make the bench.
I didn't think we'd see him until November.
Yeah, me too. So that's why I couldn't believe it. So to see him start, let alone, do you know what? The moment in which I saw him playing, the injury, it kind of faded away. It was the fact that he was back. If he's back, obviously the medical staff think he's good enough to play. And if he's good enough to play for them, they're obviously wrapping him in cotton wool. They weren't going to start him unless he was ready to go. So to be fair, my pure feeling was elation to see this boy back. He is. And I think a lot of people, you and I have done this as well, questioned whether Gusto's on par with Reece James. I think we've got to say, we've always said it, really. Reece James is the dog's bollocks.
Reece is elite.
Reece is elite.
Reece is
elite.
elite.
Love Gusto. We love Gusto.
Yeah.
But we love Reece.
But
to a whole nother level.
But to be elite, you need to be available. Yeah. And this is the main thing. And there's two chains of thought here, right? You could go, okay, well, we maybe rush Reece James back. But at the end of the day, how long ago did we see that Instagram post now when he was back on grass? Like, I ain't on about, oh, that was a month ago. I'm not talking 6, I'm talking 8 weeks.
Yeah,
so potentially, as far as we know, he's playing 11v11 behind closed doors. You know what I mean? When they on the training ground, or I think we probably would have heard if he had been playing.
Tell you what, he's lost a bit of weight up top. Have you seen that? He's like leaned out.
Really?
Oh, he looks way less. I think it's muscle and I think it's a bit of weight as well.
Yeah.
He's cut a lot of weight off his upper body. You can tell.
And
it's great to see him back.
And performance-wise, what do you think? Because I kind of feel like maybe he wasn't at fault because ultimately you can only go with one man and there was 2 there, but he did somewhat let Curtis Jones go for the non-penalty, didn't he?
He did.
There was one moment. There was one moment when he sort of tried to play out from the back and ran himself into a bit of trouble and actually lost the ball. I was really thankful that then the whistle was blown and it was a foul.
Yeah.
But apart from that, which you can massively, expect when you're coming back and you come back into that sort of game. Yeah. To be honest, he fitted in like a glove, didn't he?
He looks perfect. And I think for me, the tactical setup was interesting in that I don't know if like Gusto and James being on the same team works. That's why I would have liked to have seen an inverted Vega, we should say, being the sort of third centre-back and then allowing Reece to invert. I think that would have worked better tactically. But I think he was so scared about what Salah was going to do on that wing, he decided that Gusto would probably be the better defensive option. But I don't think both of those guys inverting works.
So I know it's horses for courses and different games need different approaches. But we can agree, I think, that the 4, before we speak about who inverts, the 4, when we're at our strongest, is going to be Reece.
Yep.
Is going to be Fofana.
Yep.
Is going to be Levi Colwell.
Legend.
And is going to be Cucurella.
Best
Agreed?
player in our team.
Okay,
yes.
There we go. So there's the 4. Now answer me this. Who inverts?
For me, I think you swap it in-game. I think they're all tactically able enough to be able to switch in between. Okay. I don't think it matters. But if you're saying to me who should primarily invert, I think it should probably be Reece.
I think it should be Cucurella.
I know, and I knew you were going to say that. But if you think about who's better in a 3, who's given us more confidence that they're the best in a back 3 at Chelsea?
Yeah,
It would be Cucurella.
Cucurella.
Because Reece is the one that you want bombing on. You want Reece involved in the attacking play, don't you?
And although Cucurella has had his injuries, I remember he had a stint on the sideline last time out. Style of play-wise, Cucurella's body may be more suited to being in that back three.
Yeah.
Because
Chasing back.
He'd chase him back, but not only that, mate. He puts his body on the line.
He does.
He gets right stuck in. And it's not that Reece doesn't put his body on the line. It's that I don't want Reece to put his body on the line.
He
needs to be careful.
Yeah.
Needs to be careful. But very much a positive there. And I think as the games go on, we're going to see that. Now, another thing I want to speak about, and we're going to get to the Enzo situation, the Lavia situation, but Pedro Neto, right? Despite coming on at half-time, Pedro Neto created more chances than anyone in the entire game. Now, the way I'm reading things right now, and I've been singing from the rooftops about Jadon Sancho, and I'm not all of a sudden off the back of one display where, let's be honest, he won a legit penalty, didn't get it given, but did have a quiet afternoon, and you got
maybe that's the quality of Trent rather than the inability of Sancho.
You got to give Trent his credit.
I think for me, we've just been talking about Rees James. If you're talking about right backs, fuck me, Trent was exquisite.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen Trent play as well as that in a long time. Definitely not as good for England as he is. It was against Chelsea. So
not as good a right back as like Danny Mills.
No, Danny Mills, like he knows his football, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's quite clear that he knows his football.
You can't be on TalkSport if you don't know your football.
Well, exactly.
You know what I mean? They wouldn't employ someone who doesn't know anything about football. But listen, either way,
well, that's TalkSport gig gone, isn't it?
I couldn't give a fuck. No, they love us, the TalkSport
yeah,
boys.
well, Gareth loves you, yeah.
Big Gareth A. Davis.
Yeah.
Shout out, the big man.
He loves it. He wants to do a collab.
The big man with the nice tan. That's what I call Gareth Davis.
Well,
he's soaking up the sun, isn't he? He loves
enjoying it.
No, he's a legend, Gareth A. Davis, isn't he? He's a good bloke.
You get on well with him.
So, Pedro Neto, is it a case of teams that come to play defensive football against us, maybe play a low block, maybe look to catch us on the counter-attack, and maybe need a bit more unlocking than other teams, for example, are teams that you would be suited to play Jadon Sancho against?
Yes.
And is it then 100%. A case of teams that come to play us and come to attack us, you're suited to play Pedro Neto against?
Well, I would argue, Joey, unsurprisingly, that Macaulay Mudryk would be the one that I'd play. What do you think about Pedro being on the left-hand side? Because we keep hearing that he's a right winger now. What's this?
I think he can play on both.
Yeah.
I think his delivery's good on both.
What's he better at?
I think that he's probably better on the right-hand side.
Interesting, because a lot of people have been saying that he's better on the left now after that performance.
Do you know why I think they say it, though?
Why?
I think they just say it because, one, Sancho had, by his standards that he set, which is very high standards, not a poor game, but a bang average game. Yeah. And I also think that a lot of people look at what Noni Madueke brings to the team, and we really like what we see from him. And
I think this game showed us that there could be changes in that first 11. Really? And I think there were quite a few positions. Well, let's think about it for a second. Goalkeeper, I think there's a question mark. Wingers, I think there's a question mark. And I also think that there's now the centre mid conversation.
We're going to get onto that conversation.
There you go.
Should we get onto it now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right. Enzo Fernandez.
Not Enzo Maresca.
Not Enzo Maresca. Enzo Fernandez. Now, I don't know how far a flight from Argentina to... I would imagine he would have flown into Heathrow, wouldn't he?
8 or 9 hours.
Is it?
Maybe 10.
No, it's got to be more than that, isn't it?
It's not much more than that. I would say probably 10. Depends where in Argentina he was.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Falkland Islands, it'd be a lot longer.
Is the Falklands in Argentina?
Well, they would argue that it was Argentinian, but we'd argue that it was British. We fought a war over it.
God, don't get into all that. I love the fucking Argentinian king blowing up. They're
talking about giving them back. So
okay,
dangerous.
Yep. Well, always give to the less fortunate. No, I'm joking. I'm only joking. I've actually been training in my Argentina kit recently.
Yeah. Do you know what? You suit it.
Yeah.
Who do you have on the back? Enzo Fernandez.
Nah.
You're actually a closet real fanboy of Enzo Fernandez, and all this like bravado in the videos is all like just
I have the greatest Argentinian player of all time on the back.
Obvious, Emerson Toy.
No.
You don't have Emerson Toy, mate, on the
No.
back of your shirt.
No, the greatest Argentinian of all time.
You don't have.
Scored a great goal for Chelsea on the opening day of the season against Liverpool at Anfield. One Sebastian Veron.
Oh. Would he be classed as a Chelsea legend?
He is in my book.
We spent a lot of money on him. Imagine what that would be with inflation. 30-odd million quid, wasn't it?
Mate, that with inflation would be like 150
million, yeah.
million or something.
Who's the better signings, Veron or Fernandez?
Let's speak about Lavia. No, so Enzo's exclusion, like you could put it down to
Resting,
the fact
Jerry.
that,
Resting.
well, was it a rest?
Resting.
Was he rested or was he dropped?
So, mate, it's a long flight. You just said that.
It is
10
a long
hours.
flight. It is a long flight. So call it 10 hours.
Yeah.
How long's a flight from Ecuador?
But we know that Moises has got more gas.
That's a cop out. How long's a flight from Ecuador?
Probably a bit longer.
Becca, can you Google how long's a flight to England from Ecuador?
To Quito.
Anyway,
That's the capital city of Ecuador.
what I'm trying is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is similar flight times. How long?
No way.
15 hours.
No
I knew you were wrong.
way.
I knew you were wrong.
That's
When
the
you
Ecuador.
said when
That's
you
the
said
Ecuador.
same sort of place,
No,
same
it's
sort of
not.
place, mate.
No,
And
no.
when you said 8 hours, I thought, oh my God, I am officially more intelligent than the big dog because I knew it was longer than that.
No.
Look, he's on his laptop
I'm
now.
on it
look.
now, I'm looking.
Look,
I'm looking. I'm looking.
Mr. Brains of Britain
Oh,
can't
fuck,
be
it's
wrong.
it's actually really long. Shit.
That's what she said.
Is that it's 16 hours to
Yeah.
Rio?
Well, there you go.
To Buenos Aires, sorry.
There you go.
Wow.
So sorry. So
I didn't realise it was that long.
No. Hold on. So Caicedo wasn't.
610 quid.
Should we go?
Yeah.
I'll
why
tell you
not?
what. I like my South American women.
Yeah, I know you do.
We
I
get
know.
onto that in the Q&A.
Which country would you rather go to find a nice South American bride?
Colombia.
Yeah. Why? I've got a couple of friends that have gone to Colombia and fallen in love, so that tells you everything you need to know.
Let's just say my neck would be cranked down the whole time. I like a big ass. Right, so
What was it? A laptop?
Enzo, yeah, no, the mantelpiece. I like to be able to work from home on the bum.
People love
You know what I
that
mean?
comment.
Stick the laptop on there
You know,
and just
I like it hardcore. I think that was probably one of the
Yeah.
better comments,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Comment section: bum, boobs, what are you?
Yeah, let us know.
Or female watchers. There's not
What is
many.
the
There's not many
equivalent?
of you. I don't know what the equivalent is. But
What's your
what-
best feature, would you say?
My best feature.
Yeah, what would you say? Like, you know, your girlfriend might say big bum. What would you say your best feature is?
Probably the tash. And the tan.
He's taken a long time to create that tash out.
Do you know?
as well, hasn't
People
it?
comment on my videos and go, "Just shave it off, bro," and it's like, fuck off, mate. I don't come and tell you. I don't come and tell you how to live your life.
We're gonna take you out to Turkey so you can get the full beard, though, aren't we?
Yeah, that's what I need. Yeah.
You're gonna see Jerry come back with like a really red, like fake.
Yeah,
beard.
bit weird.
I would love it.
Listen,
Sorry, should we go back
on
to
a
Chelsea?
serious note,
Yeah.
why is it that you class Enzo as being rested rather than dropped? Because Romeo Lavia has only had a couple of minutes here and there. There's been certain games that have been a little bit fiery, like the Nottingham Forest one, which I'm pretty sure he didn't get brought on in.
Yeah.
Yet for this game, Enzo Maresca, in my opinion, showed a statement of intent to put him straight in there.
I'm thinking about calling my firstborn son Romeo because of how good Romeo Lavia is.
Don't
Are
even
you?
try it. Don't even try it.
Romeo Lavia is absolutely brilliant. And do you know what? I feel vindicated slightly because you and I have been sat here saying that he should be starting week in, week out, haven't we? When he's fit. Is he better than Enzo Fernandez right now?
Yeah.
So,
But now I'm going to get a load of hate in the comments.
Yeah.
But
To be fair, Enzo came on.
Can I just say, you do realise, right? Someone can be better than someone else, in my opinion. Football is subjective. So I can feel someone's better than someone else. There is middle ground in life. It doesn't mean that one person's better and the other person's shit. It means two great players for Chelsea, systematically, at this moment in time, I feel Romeo Lavia's better. And do you know what I will say? I think if you stick Romeo Lavia in the Argentinian team, you'd probably say that Enzo Fernandez fits that system better.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that I, much like Enzo Maresca felt yesterday, that the right choice to start was Romeo Lavia in that match. And I'll tell you why that was the right choice. Because 53 minutes played for Romeo Lavia. And in the first half in particular, he was excellent. He won 6 duels, which was more than any other Chelsea player on the day, completed 3 out of 3 take-ons, made 2 interceptions, which again was more than any other player, and he completed 22 out of 23 passes. And that was in a game, by the way, where there was quite a lot of misplaced passes. So for him to do that was massively, massively impressive. I think the sky is the limit for Romeo Lavia. And when you do have teams coming onto you and, you know, almost not man-marking you, but really pressuring you when you're on the ball, there's a few men that are very good at taking that ball on the turn and making sure they're not dispossessed. One of which is obviously
Romeo Lavia.
And the other of which is obviously
Moises Caicedo.
who in the Chelsea team is the best at taking the ball on the turn?
Moises Caicedo.
No, it's not.
Jackson.
It is Nicholas Jackson, isn't it?
I love Jackson.
He's exquisite.
So much.
We'll
How
get
does he
onto
hold
him.
on to a ball so well?
So can we?
Does he hold on to a ball better than Erling Haaland?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, no,
That's mental.
Just rephrase the question. Is he better than Erling Haaland?
At the moment, yes.
Did he?
I've got a stat for you.
Did he score more goals in September than Erling Haaland?
I've got a stat for you.
Yep.
66 players in the Premier League have scored a goal since Erling Haaland last scored.
No way.
66 players.
Do you know what? He is a bit of a flop, Erling Haaland, isn't he? He is a bit of a flop, isn't he?
He's definitely not going to be top goal scorer this year.
He's not even as good as the other one.
What, the other Norwegian?
Yeah, you know what I'm on about. The other
one that
one.
scored for Wolves.
Yeah.
Brutal.
You don't get football
You don't get
insight on other
analysis like
podcasts.
that.
You don't get football insight on other podcasts like that. The other one.
Can I just say, when he came on, Enzo, he looked all right, didn't he? when he came on, he actually played quite well.
I thought Enzo played really well once he came on. There was that one ball he sprayed from almost like the right back position,
Yeah.
and I think he found Pedro Neto with that ball. I thought he didn't put a foot wrong once he came on, and that's why I would be starting him in the week against Panathinaikos. And I think we both know why I'll be starting him in the week, because we know I'm starting next Sunday. But we're going to do a Panathinaikos preview, and that's going to be up shortly. The last thing I want to touch on before we move on to a few of your Q&A questions is the man that I just spoke about, and that is Nicholas Jackson. 8 goal involvements in 8 games for a man who, let's be honest, was castrated last season, wasn't he?
Was he? What happened to him? Is he all right?
Is that not a right word?
Castrated. Castrated means balls removed.
Really?
Yes.
Nah.
Do you mean castigated?
No. Castrated don't mean balls removed. That's spaded. Like what you get your dog. You go get your dog spaded. They remove the.
Castrated is the Latinate version of that.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought castrated was like castrated in the media.
That's castigated.
Oh, castigated. He was castigated, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he was. Yeah.
People were making memes of him. People
Yeah.
were saying he was
Yeah.
shit.
Just to
People were
clarify, he
saying
has his balls.
Oh, he has balls. He has balls. And if you don't believe me, take Astrid Wett's word. No, like, I think
People were
that
taking the piss out of him last
They were
season.
taking the piss out of him, weren't they?
On
And they were
every
saying,
form of
they were
media.
saying, he misses every
profligate.
chance he gets.
Yeah.
He couldn't score in a brothel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He couldn't shoot fish in a barrel. Well, I'm not being funny, mate. He went through on goal yesterday, scored. Everyone went, "Oh, he lives offside." Well, he doesn't live offside because he was onside, wasn't he?
What
yeah?
a run that
And
was, by the way.
what a
Because
run
he
it
curved
always
the
is.
run. He curved it perfectly.
My favourite thing about Nicholas Jackson.
Favourite.
My favourite thing about Nicholas Jackson
Yeah.
is even when and this is Haaland-esque almost actually, right?
Yeah.
Even when, and it doesn't happen for Haaland all that much because Man City are so dominant, but even when there's sort of quiet periods where Nicholas Jackson isn't getting the service that we would like him to be getting up top, he still manages to make sure that he's making the runs at every possible chance. He wants the ball. He's desperate for the ball. And sometimes it can, it can be taken probably in the wrong way at times because he might throw his arms about and hands about like he did to Cole Palmer when he
Got
took
a
the
yellow
shot.
card for nothing, didn't he? That was such a weird
third
one.
of the season. He's
Just
2 off from the ban.
arguing for no reason. He went in the penalty area, didn't he? I rate it because he was trying to put the guy off.
I've always called him the Enigma, and he's a raw talent. And with exciting people in life in general, they're always going to have their flaws because a man that makes no mistakes, I should say, is a pretty boring man.
Yeah.
And you know full well I make my fair share of mistakes.
We make a lot of mistakes, both of us.
But Nicholas Jackson, just Josh, just sing it for me. Sing his praises.
Oh, Nicholas Jackson. Is that what you wanted?
Just anything you want.
Yeah. I just absolutely love this guy.
Yeah.
And do you know what's really interesting is Christopher Nkunku came on, didn't he, towards the tail end of the game?
Yep.
And he put him on the left-hand side. Do you know what I would have done in that situation if I was Enzo Maresca? I would have put Jackson coming off the left, putting Nkunku up top, because let's be honest, in that position that we're in, it was quite a tense game. They were sort of closing out the game. I would have liked to have seen Nkunku in those sort of like close-knit sort of areas that you need to wriggle out of. And I would have liked to have seen Jackson go up against Trent Alexander-Arnold on tired legs and see how he would have fared. Because I actually think he might have unlocked a bit more space.
He'd have had Trent on toast.
Than the other boy would have, yeah. So I would have been interested by that. But I have to say, for all of the noise around Nicholas Jackson, for all of the drama, this guy's come in. He's basically earning £3.50 a week. We bought him for £30 million, which in today's market is absolutely nothing.
Steal of the century.
Steal of the century. He's come in as a winger, started up front for us. Really, our only recognised number 9. And he is outperforming, I would say, 90% of other strikers in the Premier League. In fact, I don't think, like, when you actually look at the data, only Erling Haaland and Watkins as strikers have scored more goals than Nicholas Jackson.
There you go.
Since he's signed. So that just tells you everything you need to know. The people that are criticising him, obviously, one, don't watch him, and two, don't look at the stats, because the stats don't lie. You know, he's scoring goals. He's not necessarily just scoring goals against shit teams either, is he?
But it's not just the fact he's scoring goals; it's the link-up play that he provides.
It's the movement.
Like, if you ask those boys, i.e., Palmer, Madueke, Sancho, Neto, Mudryk, any of them, if you say to them, and I don't know this, and I'm not gonna make the claim.
No inside knowledge here.
I know inside knowledge here. But if you say to them, okay, lads, do you want, let's say, for example, Nkunku in front of you, which, by the way, is no slight on Nkunku, because I don't believe that Nkunku's the number 9. I think he's a central attacking midfielder, and I think he's an absolutely phenomenal one at that. But if you say to them, we can put him at number 9, or we can put Jacko at number 9, you know who they're picking.
It's quite obvious.
You know they're picking.
Yeah, it's quite obvious.
They want Jackson because the link-up play is phenomenal.
Yeah,
and sometimes he makes it... He makes it look hard, but then gets the end result.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I love it how he seems to fall over in every single finish or pass.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that's Jackson's trademark, actually. The falling over finish.
Fall to grace.
Fall to grace.
Yeah.
Goes in the back of the net, who cares? That was a deft finish. Yeah. That was a very good finish.
Great finish.
Love him.
Great finish. And he's a good goalkeeper, that Liverpool goalkeeper.
Yeah, he is.
Wouldn't actually mind us going to sign him in January,
I wouldn't
apparently,
mind
when he's up for
go
thing.
sign him,
Right, mate, shall we move on? By the way, the Panathinaikos preview will be out tomorrow. Both Josh and I are going to give our starting lineups for the game, and I've seen Josh's starting lineup, and I would actually go in a different direction
we can have an
to
argument.
the big dog. We'll have a fight if you want it.
Oh yeah, fine.
No,
yeah,
you're a big lad. You'd get the better of me. You get the better of me.
No, you would. What would be Undisputed? If me and how are you doing in the game, by the way,
mate?
You haven't got it yet. Come on, come clean.
I still
don't
ain't
have
even
a PS5.
Got it. YouTube don't pay till the 24th of the month. I ain't got a PS5, and
you're not leasing it, are you?
I'm not leasing it, and I had to ask you what lease even meant the other day. And did you realise, you know, like when we formed this friendship, did you realise that the boundaries of business were just going to be completely obliterated, and that you were going to be getting texts off me at
12 at night,
2 in the morning, going, what does lease mean? What's the difference between green top milk and red top milk? Like, honestly, in life now, if ever I've got something that I think, I need someone with a bit of IQ here, I'm straight on the blower.
Well, I didn't know about the flights, did I? So maybe you should start questioning
Fico,
it. Yeah.
unlucky. Maybe you should drop out of school at bloody 12 years old or whatever.
You know your stuff, mate. Let's just have in the comments right now, because I know you're still debating this.
Yeah.
Xbox or PS5? Let's just put that out there.
Do you know what it is, yeah? Right. We went out to Saudi. We were playing Undisputed, which big up Undisputed. It's the new boxing game, right?
It's so good, by the way.
It is absolutely
actually really
class.
is.
I was playing
And if
Travis.
they do want to sponsor the channel, we're up for it.
Yeah, I'm up for it. And since then, we've come home. Travis has got it. KG's got it. Brian's got it. They're all texting.
Even I've got it.
You've got it. They're all texting in the group chat about it, saying, "Oh, Undisputed, I've been playing it," and like. Honestly, I'm getting FOMO.
It's actually a really good game as well, which is the worst part of it.
Mate,
I've made myself a heavyweight.
Have ya?
Yeah, I'm 137 kilos in the game. I don't know why. I think it just assigns your weight. I said that I was very tall.
Did you see Brian?
I've gone a little bit taller than I actually am.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do with the dating apps.
I have seen Brian's character. Look
Brian's
just like him.
character
Look just like him.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Joke.
absolutely
It was
perfect.
actually joke.
My one doesn't look as similar to me as
but I
his
need a
one did.
PS5 and I need Undisputed because I've got FOMO, mate. Fear of missing out, and I don't want to get left behind.
I'm
okay?
12-1-1.
I'll be one
At
of
the
them
moment.
ones. Like
Is that good?
12-1-1.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm in real life 12-1.
There you go. I lost early on though. So early on in your career, is it more forgivable than a later on in your career loss?
Don't know. It's never great to lose.
Do you know what the hardest
Take
part
it
of
from
that
someone
is?
who knows.
Yeah. The hardest part of it is the stamina part. I don't know if you've heard this about the game. You can only throw so many punches before you get gassed out.
Yeah.
So that my word of advice would be,
Not
Joey,
a problem I have.
work on the gas.
Got a good
right,
work
come on,
rate.
ask me some questions.
Okay.
Ask me how good my character is in Undisputed.
Right. I'm going to read out a few of these. I'm going to try and pronounce the names and read them and stuff like this.
Okay.
Listen, just by the way, this is for the hardcore because if you're only wanting Chelsea chat, maybe just click off now. But if you love us as much as we love you, you are going to want to listen to a few of the Q&As. And we'll probably do this for 10 minutes or so. So we'll just bang through a couple of them.
Last time we did this, it was favourite sex position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Is that gonna happen
actually,
again?
people in the comments know that you're a doggy man. They actually said that.
Came up
it was
last
in
time,
one of the.
didn't
It was in one of the
Why
comments.
did that come up? Well,
There's usually a reason why it comes up, and it usually has something to do with women not dressed in many clothes. Right, Blue Bro 248 has said,
Legends.
Who is the greatest character of all time from any movie or TV show?
Greatest character. I have to say, I know this is a basic bitch answer, but I'm going to go Walter White.
It is Walter White.
I knew you were going to say
It
the
is
same as
Walter
well. I knew you were going to say the same as well.
But should I give some just so it's not the obvious?
Can I also go? Who was Russell Crowe's character in Gladiator? I loved that character.
Yeah,
That was brilliant.
good
film
character.
As well.
Jamie Lannister, Kingslayer from Game of Thrones.
Loved that show.
Yeah.
Loved that show. Tyrion even in that show. as
David
well.
Brent.
David Brent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Simon. In between.
No, Jay. Jay.
I just said that because I wanted you to
Gotta
say
be
it.
Jay from the In-Betweeners, man.
Yeah.
Great characters. Not that I watch it anymore, but Max Branning from EastEnders.
Yeah. Yeah. You're obviously a big fan of GC.
he was the exception to the rule, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like he got the women. He got the women.
Who was the one that said, Bianca?
Ricky. Ricky. Yeah. No, he didn't say Bianca. It's her. She was going, Ricky.
Oh.
Should I give one more from a movie?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Tony Montana. I'm gonna say the kid Frankie from The Business.
Yeah.
I
I really like American Psycho. Christian Bale's character in that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Some great memeable moments in that film.
Yeah. Jack?
Do you know who I really like as well is Todd from Breaking Bad? Do you remember Todd, the budget Matt Damon?
Yeah. No. Meth Damon. Okay, right. My missus texted me, what time are you back? Fuck.
Is that part of the question?
No, she just texted me. Right,
I'll let
okay.
her know. I'll send her a text.
Reese McCarthy. I don't know. He said,
McCarthy.
this is for you. He said, Josh, are you nervous to watch Joey fight? And Joey, how do you feel about losing your last fight?
Oh, God.
Cheers,
Do
mate.
you want to do that first?
No,
Doesn't really give a fuck.
I'm quite sad, but
Yeah. But you're going to come back and knock someone's spark out.
There
so
you
who
go.
cares?
There you go. No, it is shit. It's a bit weird. It's a bit like I said to you before,
Record
isn't it?
gone.
It's a bit like, like the record's gone. I spent 10 years unbeaten, and I never thought I would lose, but at the same time, it is what it is. And do you know what? When I was coping, I did a little look into like who's won that same. So he won the New York State Golden Gloves, little cray. And mate, there's been some great
who else?
fighters.
Who else?
Floyd Patterson won it. Mike Tyson won
Really?
it. Yeah.
Wow.
Some good
Decent
boxers,
fighters.
some good company. And to say that close fight.
Who would you say you're closest to in terms of boxing style? In terms of like a boxer that's the most similar to you? Because you have to do this in the game. You have to pick a fighting style. Who would you pick?
Well, whoever I say now, I'm just going to get taken the piss out of because they're going to be like, "You're nothing like him. You're shit compared to him." But
Budget version.
do you want my honest
Yeah,
answer?
go on.
Obviously, a homeless man's version, possibly, of David Hay. Although I do.
Do you have the same personal life?
I wish. I wish I could have two on the go. No,
Look that up if you don't know. By the way, David Hay, girlfriends.
Just a legend. Just a legend.
Is that
But
the
no, I
search
do a little move. I don't know if you noticed this, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the thing I do when I go and then punch?
Yeah, I have seen
I
that.
wipe my face and
Yeah,
punch.
yeah.
That's something that I got from years of watching Tyson Fury, was the little wipe the face, then throw the punch. Because for some reason, you wipe the face, you throw the punch. Or the other one I do, shouldn't say this, right? The other one I do is I bend in my right hand, and because I go like that, all of a sudden they think the right's coming, bomb, the jab comes straight down the pipe, bang. But to finish it off, do you get nervous watching me fight?
I get absolutely terrified.
Do
I
you?
remember. So you fought for the first time in Leeds. didn't you?
Yeah.
And I came up on the day, got the train up to Leeds, and the whole way there, I was thinking, I'm not nervous. I think Joey's going to be absolutely fine. He's going to knock him spark out. I don't know why we're worried. And then I get to the arena. And it was quite a big arena, actually, wasn't it?
11,000 seater.
Yeah, quite a big arena. And I'm seeing the ring, seeing the lights. And I'm like, oh, actually, this is big time. Like, this is serious. This isn't a knockabout in a
that's
gym.
the bit where you go, oh shit!
This is
my
actually-
best mate's about to get in the ring and have a fight.
And
here.
then I saw you walking out, and I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I
Really?
was shitting it. I was absolutely shitting it. And then obviously you try and put on a brave face because you're like, come on, mate. Like, obviously you could hear us because we were by the side of the ring. But I was absolutely terrified. And then the relief after you win is just...
yeah,
like,
but I was
it's
talking to you
unlike it.
during the fight.
No, but you're still nervous because anything can happen. You could have slipped at you or whatever. Like anything could happen.
But
so yes, I was shitting myself.
To be fair, for anyone who doesn't know this, first thing I do, get in the ring, I scoop out where everyone is. I make sure I know where my mum is. I make sure I know where my dad is. I make sure I was making sure I know where you and Brian were, and obviously someone who won't be said on the podcast. But I'm making sure, so I know mum and dad are there.
Yeah.
You four are there.
Yeah.
And then I made sure that a few times, like when we get in the clinch, I was like spinning him and having a little look at you and Brian. And I'm like giving you a wink and stuff like that. And there was even one point in between the rounds. No, it wasn't even in between the rounds. Do you remember? I've done the little pivot around the side of him.
Yeah,
Bosh, hit
bosh.
him with a big right hand. And then I've walked over and I've looked at you and Brian. I went, they should call this off.
Yeah, we were saying the same thing, to be fair.
So yeah, that was a good night.
I'm looking forward to the next one. Hopefully, I don't want to jinx this now, but I really hope that it's in London.
Yeah.
Because if it's in London, then we're on for a party.
Well, Mams has done the interview now, hasn't he? So the news is out there.
What's he said?
Dave Fogarty.
There you go. Where?
Conor McGregor's best mate. I don't know. I'm gonna give Mams a call later on because I want to
Have a chat.
Have a little chat with him. Mams Taylor's an absolute fucking legend.
He
What
is.
a bloke that man
absolutely.
is.
He
And
was the one that got you the cowboy hat.
He got me the cowboy hat. And while we're on the subject of like, people that have done stuff for me, we'll move on to this man in a second. But Mams Taylor, mate, he's changed my family's life. Do you know what I mean?
100%,
So
yeah.
absolutely unreal.
But also, you're game for a fight, so he knows that as well.
I'm game for a fight at all times, my friend.
Will you say you're the type of person that will fight anyone anytime? If Mams Taylor said to you tomorrow, I've got X or Y, they're in the same weight division.
Any man, any time, any place. not any amount of money. I want to be well paid. Anyway, let's go on from this. This is an interesting one, right?
Go on.
Because this comment, right, this question, sorry, that came in, I get asked it all of the time. And obviously, I understand that YouTube is probably like doing this sort of content podcast, probably the fastest growing industry in the world, but it's also one that many people, and especially people maybe 10 to 20 years older than ourselves, which I'm not assuming this person is, don't know that much about, right? So when people ask me it, I almost have to stop myself from laughing, right? But it's a good one. So I want to ask you the question.
Go on.
Matthew D1245 says, do you two have day jobs?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a scaffolder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put scaffolding up all day. Can you not tell by the arms?
Yeah, there you go. Oh, look at the girth on it.
Yeah.
Look at the girth on that.
Yeah. Bricklayer.
What would you say is your day job?
Difficult to say, actually. Difficult to say, you know. Sometimes you don't want to say
Are you
that.
allowed to say?
Sometimes you're not allowed to say it publicly, that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like sometimes when you work in that sort of job, do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like you shouldn't really say it publicly.
So could I
When you
say,
work in a strip club,
so,
you know,
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
There you go. There you go. And you're a very well paid
And
one.
you know, some strip clubs you have to pay, you know, a couple £100 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just £1 a pint. Do you know what I mean? Like
There
it's
you
not
go.
it's not a posh one.
So
no. Shall I
without
explain
giving
it?
away all the details, can we
No,
say
I can
your
explain
day
it.
job is that you are my minder?
Yeah,
You look
so
after me.
I'm your minder. At 2 a.m. I answer all the questions that you do.
Yeah.
No, I'm a YouTube manager. I look after YouTubers.
He's a YouTube manager.
I manage YouTubers.
Manage any famous YouTubers?
No, not any famous ones. Only little ones.
No.
Only ones on the way up.
Yeah. Josh is the magic man. That's all I'll say. Josh is the man that makes it happen.
Until Joey came along, I was the man behind the camera.
Mate, listen, I don't want to burst out in tears here. I don't want to go too sentimental, but if it hadn't have been for Josh, there's absolutely no way that any of you would know who I am. There's absolutely
That's
no.
bollocks.
There's no way.
You had a channel way before you met me.
I had a channel.
Yeah.
But that channel was in infant stages, and then me and you met. Yeah. You became. Do you know the funny thing is, you never actually became my manager, did you?
We don't have a contract.
We don't. It's like this thing, yeah, right? It's like that thing, like, you know, like when a bird goes like, oh, like you've never actually asked me to be your girlfriend, and it's like, love.
I've never said that.
We've been going at it for the past 10 months. What do you think we're doing? Yeah. So I think. Do you know? I think I actually just said to you, oh, Josh, by the way, I keep getting all these messages. Can I just put your email address in my bio? And you went, yeah.
Yeah, fine.
And then I think that was kind of the unofficial way of saying
that was it.
You're my manager.
Yeah. What I would say, right, as well, because a lot of people ask me this question, because when I say that to people always like, oh, that's so mental. How do you even get into that? Like, why would you even bother doing it? What I would say is, like, if you are watching this on YouTube now, and you like the people that are watching it are interested in YouTube and YouTubers, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't be on the platform. A lot of people say, how do I even get into it? Honestly, either start creating content because you want to be a content creator, just start making it. And if you don't necessarily want to be on camera, because there's a lot of people that don't want to be on camera, invest in either becoming an editor. So like there's plenty of people out there that would get great editing jobs. In fact, Joey Knight might want an editor.
I actually do need an editor, so shout me if you're serious about it and if you want to do it on the cheap.
So either invest in that skill set, or the other thing you can do for creators, which is really useful, is brands. All creators need more money, and the best thing you can do is help creators get some more via brand deals.
And if there's one man who knows how to get a brand deal, it is this man. I was punching well above my weight, mate. He was getting me brand deals at 30,000 subscribers or something like that.
We did it. So yeah, look, there's a lot of people out there. I would say that they always ask me that question. So yeah, just make yourself useful to a creator, and then you can get into that scene. There'll be a lot of people out there that will be 20 odd years old now looking to get into it. And my advice would be just jump into it, give it a go.
And you can always too humble to say it, but the big dog has changed not only my life, but my daughter's life. And we have got the best little well, we've got more than the threesome, but we've got the best little threesome group of friends, me, you and Brian. And it all came from a random...
What a threesome that would be.
Oh, what a threesome. What a threesome. We won't talk about who will take what roles.
Yeah.
But I think considering the height of me, you probably think I'm going to be the taker. No.
dear.
As of
Well,
right now,
Eiffel Tower,
we have not done
that's what I've
anything
heard.
sexual, the three of us, with each other.
Just to clarify, because there are a lot of comments on that, we don't actually sleep together. Like I know
People comment and they go, "Are you two gay?" And I'm like, possibly. No, we both got women.
Oh dear.
But they don't know what we get up to in the studio.
No, we've got a good one. And this all started from an email.
It did. No, inbox.
Was it an inbox or was it an email?
You sent me an inbox.
Oh, did I? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Message.
It was 3 a.m. You text, you up, kiss.
Which dispels all the previous rumours.
Right,
go
we'll
on,
rush for a
find me
few of these because this is getting to the hour mark now.
Go on.
Favourite supermarket and why?
You're going to laugh at me, but honestly, I love Sainsbury's. And do you know why? It's a really middle-class reason. You ready for this?
Go on.
They've got a fantastic sushi counter.
I knew you were gonna. So that means though that you've only had Sainsbury's as your favourite one for the past 4 years.
Yeah, they didn't have that.
Didn't
sushi
have that
counter there
before.
But you love a bit of sushi as well.
I
so
love
you
a bit
must
of
go in
sushi,
there.
but can I say,
Please don't tell me you go to.
Shouldn't just in case they ever want to work with me. But can I tell you the worst sushi?
Is it the one you get from? Is it the one you get often?
The sushi I get often is absolutely banging. Otherwise, I wouldn't be getting it often. Can I tell you the worst sushi?
Go on.
The Esso Garage one, the Tesco own brand sushi.
Why are you getting sushi from?
I don't.
From that,
you know. So should I answer my favourite supermarket?
Go on.
My favourite supermarket. Listen, right. I was on my arse before I met this man. Yeah, I had about a tenner to my name, right, and now. I'm not saying I've got the same net worth as Bill Gates, but no, I'm joking. No. But now I'm in a very good position where I'm able to shop in the one.
Please don't sell me
and the
M&S.
only Marks and Spencers.
No, he says it.
And
You've officially gone middle class.
I go in that Marks and Spencers every day.
Do you get a Colin?
Stoneleigh BP Garage, Marks and Spencers. It's the BP Marks and Spencers.
Yeah.
They'll know. Shout out if they're
What's your
watching.
favourite Marks and Spencer item?
If
If you can only have one.
If I can only have one.
Yeah.
The pitted olives.
I know exactly the ones you're talking about.
Yeah.
The green olives.
Yeah,
they are so good.
Yeah,
I was going to say the same thing.
Them
I
olives
actually
are banging.
really like their sourdough bread.
Yeah.
That's very
but I'm
tasty.
trying to not do the bread thing at the minute.
Yeah, you're
But
cutting.
if not that,
Yeah.
do you remember the little I just call them dumplings, but they call them goyas? You know,
Yeah.
the little prawn goyas?
Yeah.
Like they're
Gyozas.
banging. Gyozas. Chicken
Gyozas.
pakoras from Marks and Spencers, always good. The fruit from BP Marks and Spencers is always good. But if I'm not on the diet, the Venice chocolate biscuits, half chocolate, half shortbread.
Oh, I know the one you mean. Yeah.
Oh,
They are
mate.
good.
They're the
They are
bollocks,
naughty.
man.
They do really good millionaire shortbreads.
Problem
M&S
is,
as
though,
well.
all I need to do is look at one and I put on £2. You know what I mean? So it's one of them ones. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
Right, we'll
Good
speed
shout.
through. We'll speed through a few
Go on.
more. Okay. Right, I'm going to reveal this on the channel. Not reveal myself. Best drunk story from you both.
Go on,
a lot of people don't know.
Oh my God, we're gonna say that.
Are we saying it?
We're saying it.
You don't drink.
I don't drink at all.
Josh don't drink, and this is.
I've got a confession for you, Joey.
This is both the weirdest and the best thing. Just before you
Go on.
the weirdest and the best thing about Josh, right? When I am drunk, I swear to God, this man's drunk.
It's called mirroring.
Like,
My confession, Joey, is I have actually had 2 drinks in my life.
have you?
I have actually, yeah.
But you told me you never drunk.
So I have had a very small amount of 2 drinks. Can you guess the drinks?
Yeah. I
on.
can guess.
Go on.
It will be a champagne on entry to somewhere.
It's not a champagne.
No.
Although, actually, I have been offered that a few times and pressured into doing
Okay,
it, but I've never
tell me
have.
the location and I can tell you
So
the drink.
both of them, one was in a pub with a group of friends.
Yep.
The other was in pre-drinks before a uni night out.
Okay, so the one you had in the pub was a Guinness.
Okay. No.
No. And the pre-drink was probably a shot of Sambuca or something.
Standard beer, lager. I can't even remember what it was. I had a sip, hated it.
Really?
Never do that again. I also had a sip of another drink. It was a blue
Lagoon.
WKD.
Oh,
And that actually tasted okay. But I didn't drink any more than a sip. So there you go. But your best drunk story would be? So I've never had a drunk story.
Well, I've
I've had a lot of sober
always
stories.
been too drunk to remember them. You tell me, what's the most drunk you've ever seen me?
Probably after a kickoff show, I would say.
Really?
Yeah, probably after a Pain game, but in London.
Yeah. No. I know what the most drunk you've ever seen me is.
It was in LA.
When I was up on the ring going, Gatito, to the Argentinian king. Smashed that one, not that night.
I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't there.
Yeah, I didn't share that story.
LA.
I saw it though.
LA, that night in LA
pretty
when I got
serious.
drunk.
Yeah.
I had to take myself to bed,
You
didn't I?
did.
That was,
A very
I
early
literally
night,
spent the whole next day in my room. I was like feeling well sorry for myself. But we had fun. We had fun.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do 2 more. Right. Why didn't I become a pro boxer? I didn't become a pro boxer because I wanted to do it, and then lockdown happened and it all got in the way, and then stopped boxing. Never thought I was going to do it again. Then one night, Brian invites me on to do a pain game show with him. There's a guy called Dean the Great fighting a little weasel called Walid Sharks, and we were talking. Obviously, Brian knew that I'd done a bit of boxing, and I said I'd smash both of these boys to pieces. And Brian went, "Would you?" And I went, "Yeah." And he went, "Do you actually think that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'd smash them both." And he went, "Well, why don't we get you on Misfits then?" And then that's how I got on Misfits. So a lot of people ask me, "How did you get on Misfits?" Basically, I got on there because Brian got me on there. So,
and also, to be fair, to get on Misfits, you do need a friend to get you on there because it's not easy to get scouted.
There's people with bigger followings than me that would love to be in that position.
Yeah.
So again, mate, it all comes down to the same thing in terms of
Brian's the man.
Blessed to be surrounded by the best.
There you go.
And Brian is the man.
Yeah.
There's no one, not many people that I love more than that man.
I don't know a more biased commentary in the history of commentaries.
It was a great commentary.
It was.
He made a video the other day, and he's talking about Eddie Hearn's bias, and I was thinking, Brian!
It made the fight, though. A lot of people weren't happy in the comments, but it made the fight.
It's funny, isn't it? Yeah, because like I remember, like you said to me before I'd ever met Brian, you were going, "Oh, you and Brian love each other. You'll love each other and whatever." Yeah. And then I was like, "Yeah, maybe, whatever." And then it turned out we do love each other. Right, okay, let's go one more. Would Josh ever get in the ring and box?
I've got a very dodgy finger, so I don't think I could actually physically do it.
Someone has asked, what does Josh do outside of the podcast? We know Joey is a boxer, but what's Josh like? We've already answered that question, haven't we?
By the way, on that question, I would absolutely love to have a sparring session with Joey, and we haven't done it yet. So we're going to
come down to gym, do a bit of training.
I'm going to do it.
Come down.
I'm going to bring.
Do you know who wants to come down the gym and wants to spar me? And he's being deadly serious. Alex from Chelsea Fan TV.
There you go.
And I said to him, Alex, I'll smash the fuck out of that. Joking.
Sorry, when I say spar, I think Alex means the same thing as well. I think he just means train.
Yeah. No, it's all right. Favourite beverage? I'm guessing you're on about alcoholic.
Favourite beverage.
At the moment, my favourite beverage, right, is a Moscow Mule. Yes! That's when you know you got a keeper. He doesn't even drink.
Why would you say Moscow Mule?
Because I like
it's a weird drink.
It's ginger beer, vodka, and a little bit of lime.
Yeah.
And I like vodka. I like ginger beer.
Yeah.
I like a little bit of lime.
Fair enough.
Favourite beverage is a Moscow Mule.
What's the one that's milk based? That cocktail.
My Mrs. Tits. No, joking.
After a few glasses of wine.
Funny
games. Yeah. For me, by the way, Pepsi Max.
Pepsi Max.
Love it.
Favourite wag from the Chelsea team? Well, I don't know too many of the current ones, but we've always had a soft spot for the same woman who's unfortunately not a wag anymore. 3, 2, 1, Belle Silva.
Oh, yeah, you like Belle Silva, do you?
Oh, I love Belle. I like the fact she sits in with the fans.
My answer would be completely different.
Who?
My answer would be, because I've seen her in real life, would be Havertz's.
Is she nice,
Mrs.
is she?
She was lovely.
Yeah, nice. Bunda?
No.
More
of a supermodel look. Not for you. Sorry.
Not for me. Last one.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to come up. Who's got the higher body count and by how many?
You by a mile.
No. No.
I've only had 2 or 3.
What age did you retire?
26.
Yeah, well, there you go. I retired at 21.
21 not out. If it's a cricket score. Honestly, commenters, if you honestly think that I'm the most, then there's something wrong here.
I was one of them that just like, put it this way. I did well in the old Oceanas.
Yes, you
Kingston
did.
Oceanas back in the day.
Yes, you did.
People, thank you very much for watching to the end of another video. Little bit of a different one today, but I know the hardcore will have liked this one today. So shout out you lot and everyone that watched the video. Big up to the big dog, Josh Aveste. His channel's linked in the description. We are about to record a Panathinaikos preview, and I will see you all in the next one.